Yeah.
All right, we're here with a working mic this week. Yeah, we love a working mic. Nice. Can you hear me out there? What up?
Nothing. What's up with you? You're busy this week.
Yeah, very busy. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I thought like Christmas time would be like slow, like people doing holidays and stuff, but like it's been insane this month. Me and Logan did the numbers. The first week, there was only one other month the whole time since we started tracking income a little over almost 2 years now. This was our best first week of a month.
Oh, really?
Profit wise. And I mean, yeah, it's nice being that we're like over a year in business because we're able to actually like compare like last December to this December, how are we doing, and like seeing if there's actual growth versus like last year we were just starting to log stuff, so there's nothing to compare to. But it's pretty cool to be able to like track, like we know how much we got to beat to be better this December than last December. Yeah, but yeah, it's been super hectic, and I mean, yeah, we're down Jose, but it's been like a lot of inquiries, so I don't even think it's being that Jose's away right now this week that it's been like super hectic. It's
There's just like more.
Yeah, there's just like a lot. We have like 8 people waiting on video treatments to send out. That's what I've been doing. That was about the 3rd treatment I wrote today. I have 4 more. So yeah, it's been busy, but now it's nice we have the team. So hopefully once all these videos book, it's a little spaced out, but it's good. It's I mean, being busy with work is better than sitting here not having any work. So
that's true. That's cool. Yeah, we missed yesterday because you were busy. Swamped.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's. I wonder if also I'm just because like yesterday I was like super busy with stuff, but I was trying to, or like maybe a month ago, or like when we first started recording, I would have just done it and then just stayed later and did it. But now I'm trying to leave by like 11 midnight latest. Like I'm really
you were heading home last night at like I don't know 11:30.
Yeah. So like because like that's where I'm trying to balance it out better with like I'm swamped, but
You're trying to stick to like a work schedule.
Yeah. So like, I'm trying to be more like, all right, I have to assess like, all right, I only have till this time versus prior. It was like, oh yeah, I'll just stay here indefinitely and just ruin my sleep schedule. But yeah, I've been good for the past at least like month or almost 2, like come in anywhere from like 9 to, I would say like today I got in later because the past couple, like yesterday I was here for 12 hours. I got in at 9 a.m. and I left at 10 yesterday. So more than 12 hours I was here. So I slept in a little bit today, but I got in at like 11 something, I think like 11:30. But yeah, so I think that also adds to being like more busy because now I only have like a set amount of hours a day. I'm letting myself do work, but just trying to make those hours count more, not doing like assessing like, yeah, like this thing doesn't whatever it is, but like, oh, I need to do these things over these things, and like actually because I have a set amount of time now, not just stay here indefinitely. Like I just have to figure out which things are more impactful to do each day and really like lock down and having a schedule.
Yeah, I think like you said last week you were tracking your time.
Yeah, I fell off halfway through. Yeah, I got to get back.
But if you keep like doing that, like you'll be able to like moving forward better assess how to fill your time here.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah,
because you kind of know what to do, and like a part of it also like you tracking your time was like seeing how much time you're wasting, like just on your phone or whatever you're doing, and like cutting all that stuff out, but like not counting that stuff that you're tracking, the actual work you're doing, you're probably going to be able to like better assess how to set up your hours for the day that you're here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like give yourself like that's what I'm trying to get better because I just built out on Notion my system where like I just have one area where I just put everything that whenever something comes, you could say, we're gonna record this day, this time. I just on this one list I add in what the task is and what like there's a category for the name, when the day and time I'm gonna do it, and then whether it's a to-do task, an editing task, or a shooting task, and then the priority from 1 to 4. And it'll now every day it auto serves. I have a page where it's just my daily tasks. That day, it brings up the tasks of that day, so it like auto logs it, puts it in priority. If it's a shoot, it puts it first with the time. So just like building that system out, which has been really like peace of mind, where it's like something comes up, I don't have to think like, well, where does this fit? I just throw it on that thing and kind of let it. Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
try to tweak that out to like not like where I used to just have like endless amounts of like things in my head, like oh yeah that thing, oh yeah we got to do ads, like when are we gonna do ads? Oh, I'll just wait until there's time available, and versus like actually like having a schedule like a human being and being like, oh no, I don't have time for this, or oh no, there's time this day.
Yeah, like you can't fit it here, can't fit it there type of thing. Yeah, that's cool. I got to get myself on a schedule. This job's kind of hard to do schedule because the hours are very sporadic. You do morning here, I do a couple nights there. But I mean, I've always struggled with the schedules, like sleep schedule, work schedule, blah, 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 blah. But I do see the benefit in it. And I want to kind of get into that motion of a schedule.
Yeah.
I think that I was thinking about it for a couple days. Now that I do have like an income, like a steady income, I think I am going to sign up for the gym again because I want to go regularly. But then I was thinking, if and when I get this job at the motorcycle dealership, words are hard. Depending on what it is, from what I've gathered, it's going to be more of a part-time thing than a full-time gig. But it's like right in the middle of the day, which is not. It's not actually that bad. But if I make the schedule the way that I like my schedule the way that I want to make it, and I don't think it'll be too hard because like I'm naturally waking up between like 10 and 11:30 is when like my body just kind of starts to wake up. So like if I put alarms in that section of time, it's easier for me to actually wake up. So I can fit the going to the gym, wake up, go to the gym, go to work, which is what I would do ideally. I'm not like against going to the gym after everything. Like do your day, go to the gym, go home, go to sleep. I'm not against it, but I've always been more of an advocate for the gym early as opposed to late. It's like really good for your body. It's like better than drinking coffee and stuff like this is what I've heard. I mean, that's what Dad did. He always went to the gym.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
He would miss it sometimes and he would drop us off and then he would go to the gym afterwards. But ideally, that's what I want to do. And like, they will end at 6 from what I've gathered. And then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I have to do, whether it's come up here or go home and be lazy, dick around with the guys or, you know, whatever. Which hopefully, everything goes the way that it's supposed to go. I would like to structure part of my week where I just come up here for a couple days and spend time here, whether it's helping you guys or just kind of like dicking around, like 2-3 days a week maybe. And I'd probably give up one of my days off and then just come up here, which is either going to be it would probably end up being Monday because it's Sunday, Mondays off. So like it would just work out for us. I come up, hang out for the day. We can record on Monday, blah, blah, blah. I can edit. I can do the edit Monday night or I could do it Tuesday to go for Wednesday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll probably just end up working out well that way. I've been thinking about it since I talked to Kat about coming up here, going there. Sorry. Which would be really cool. The quality of life is going to be phenomenal because I'd make about the same amount of money, apparently, plus benefits, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to scheduling.
But yeah, no, that's, yeah. I mean, yeah, it took me a long time to actually work out a schedule. I'm still working out because I don't have like a fixed anchor with anything besides like the shoots versus like, it's easy to kind of build a schedule, I feel, when you have like your job that has like you clock in this time, you leave this time.
I think kids is also a good anchor.
Yeah.
Like they have to be at school.
Designated things. Yeah. I don't have any like besides shoots which are like the only things that are like, this is at this time, definitely. And then it's not even, it's different every day and all the time, which isn't a great anchor. So I kind of had to like force it into myself, but starting with a routine and then turning that into a schedule kind of is like how I just kind of rolled into it. Like my routine was like I always woke up and then I would read in the morning right after I woke up and then go into the office and that would happen at whatever time I woke up. And then it slowly worked out to coordinating a time that now I always wake up at this time, then pushing the time back. Before it started at 8 a.m. I was waking up and now I've been pushing it to try to wake up at 7. So then 7 to like 9 is reading, eat breakfast, and then leave, come to the office. And I used to do the gym before coming here, but then I've swapped it since like recently, the last couple of months, where I've been going to the gym after. Because like I do like it in the morning, but I was finding I would just be like way more. I would just be tired here, and then like it would make me like not slack off, but I'd be sitting at my desk editing, and I would just be so drained from the gym that I wouldn't give this like full effort. So yeah, I swapped it to leaving, and that also has helped me with like kind of giving me that anchor of having to leave by like
so
8,
you can
9,
make it to the gym before they
because
close.
I have to leave. I have to leave before they close, so it gives me that little anchor of
That was
like
kind of smart of you.
you got to leave by 8 o'clock, 8:30 latest, so you can get home to change and then get to the gym by 10 latest, so I have an hour at least to work out.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, and obviously it's a little flexible because some like Saturday I have a shoot at 7 p.m. So like I won't be able to go to the gym that day, and I'll have to or I'll have to either go earlier or skip it that day, and then I'll probably be here later because it'll be at 7, and the artist will probably come. I'm guessing the artist will be here late, so. But yeah, turning the routine into a schedule is kind of what I'm working toward. I mean, it's definitely been nice. I've found to like have some sort of, I don't know, to kind of detach from like, all right, these like know the tasks I have to get done and kind of balance everything out, whether I have to do it the night before for the day or like try to do it for the week. But then yeah, just have like this is the list of things I have to get done, get them done, and then kind of just have the peace of mind of like, yeah, there's more things I can do, but like things are scheduled, they're gonna get done when they get done because I took the time to schedule them, versus just like coming in and just endlessly doing stuff until 4 a.m. when I'm falling asleep and then going home.
Yeah, I've always struggled with like laziness, like self-discipline when it comes to stuff. Like I'll tell myself, all right, this is what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah. And then like I'll wake up or like whatever right before that thing will roll around. I'm like, ah. And like I think I've always kind of been like this, but I will give myself credit though, when it involves other people, I have a lot of discipline. Like if it's just me, like if I was gonna mirror your morning routine where it's like you wake up, you read for 2 hours, eat breakfast, then you leave. I'd wake up, I'd go to read, and then I'd be like,
Yeah.
But if, sticking with reading, if I were to wake up and then have to read a book to my kid, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't cave on that. You know what I mean? I wake up and then because like I have this, it's like a crutch. Like I have like a crutch or something. Like I don't know, not making excuses or blah, 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 blah. Like it's my fault. It's a me thing. But I mean, I've noticed that for a long time. Whenever like someone gets involved, like be here on time for this, or like you need to go here to do this for this person. Anytime somebody else is involved, I'll usually kind of go above and beyond. Like I have a tough time waking up. It's like, oh, you have to be here at this time for this reason. I'm there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta like I feel like I'm the same way, but I've kind of built everything I do because everything I do involves other people being there, whether it's being here, it's like even if it's just me getting here at 9 a.m. And like today, Logan's in the city, like I'm just here alone, but like making sure I get here. Obviously, I got here a little later today, but getting here early. And other people might not be here, and I might be just editing solo, but it's still in my mind, I'm here to like set the precedent for the rest of the team to be here early, so it involves other people to that standard, and like everything, even with the reading, because when I wake up to read in the morning, I just read the Bible. My books that I'm reading personally for myself that aren't the Bible, I'm slacking on because to me it's like, oh, it's just for me. I'll read it tomorrow. But having that thing of like having the pressure of somebody else, I don't miss reading the Bible every day. Or like I try, like even the days I'm like feeling lazy and not like I wake up and don't want to do like, I'll just skip it today. In my brain, it's like I'm reading the Bible and honoring God, try to learn God. So there is another person in theory. So like everything, like the gym, I'm quick to like, I'll just stay a little later and skip the gym today because it's just for me. So I definitely have that same thing, but finding ways to like make it involve other people,
Not
even if it is like, even if it is like going to the gym and just like, like when we're not going together, but all right, we're both gonna start going to the gym and we're gonna like on Whoop track our workouts, and whoever gets the most workouts a month, so then it adds another person, even if it's just you. There's like that level of
you like gamify it almost.
Yeah, so you have that, or like like this month, I'm doing like Luke, where I'm trying to read one chapter of Luke a day. And I'm talking about it with Law. So there's like that other aspect of another person, even though it's just me waking up reading. It's like I could skip it today, but then she's gonna read it, and it's
then
like,
you
yeah,
can't really talk about it. Blah,
exactly,
blah,
yeah.
blah.
So you find ways to add in other, like, add in that responsibility of yourself to kind of like force it. Because I mean, even like working here compared to when it was just me alone in my bedroom, or like in the like before here when I had my own office and it was just me, I would skip days or like like be lazier than I am here, even if I am just doing solo work. It's holding the accountability of the other people here and setting the precedent to like compete, for lack of a better term, to like get the work done.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm kind of really just on my own though. So like I could try and do that stuff, and not to make an excuse why I'm not going to, or why I can't. But like, I don't have like employees, and I don't have like someone I'm reading a book with, and blah blah. Like, for the most part, aside from a handful of friends to play games with, I just fly solo, and like probably kind of on me, but also I would, not to push the blame off, I wouldn't say it's fully on me. Because like you can't like force somebody to like
Yeah.
be around, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
but then like I don't know. I think I'm very transactional, with a lot of my interactions with people. So like, and I don't see it that way, but I think that's how it comes off. So that's how I classify it when I talk about it with other people. Because like if I had to give like a rough example, the guys I play games with, like, don't get me wrong, like most of them are kind of in the area of like where we live. So like I can like do stuff with them. So like we went to Friendsgiving, we're doing a white elephant, that's what I think it's called, Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like I went to the movies with them a couple times, and like we do things every once in a while. But for the most part, it's like we all just kind of get together to game for a couple hours a night. And then that's really it. Like, from what I've gathered, we don't have a lot of like shared interests or beliefs outside of our one right now.
Mhm.
So like I should go find other friends to fill in the other holes and blah blah blah. And then I'm like fall into my antisocialness. Like, I don't want like a million friends, and then like I'll give more attention to these friends, and then these guys will go away. And then when I'm like really into that thing, then they're over there, and then I'm by myself again. And but I don't know, like I'm not like autistic or anything, but I think a lot of my social traits kind of are not normal to like the normal person. So like I think it like doesn't make people uncomfortable, but it like throws them off a little bit. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that through the years, and like a lot of my like personal mental stuff that I do. So, like I can identify how I'm like, I'd say abnormal. For certain things I'm like hyper, and certain things I'm like opposite of hyper, whatever that word would be. So like I tend to just try and identify it fast, and then pull back when those things kind of come around. Um, but I don't know. Like I kind of have like friends for certain things. Like I've got Danny still. Me and Danny are friends, but like we don't talk every day. Like practically the reason I have Instagram is so that I can stay in touch with him. We just send memes back and forth, or like I go see him, go get tattoos and stuff like this. I'm going next week, I think, Wednesday. But then other than that, it's really nothing. But so I think it's harder for me to, at least in my position right now, to structure or like make a structure around stuff. Because then again, like going back to the work thing, it's like Mondays I work 4 hours in the middle of the day. Tuesdays I work 9 to 5. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. Friday I work something like 2 to 8. And then Saturday I work something like 2 to 9. I think those are about the hours. So like it's always different, but then something is always happening. So like Monday I was supposed to leave at 7. Dude didn't show up for his shift, so I stayed till 10. You know? And then like it didn't happen. Last week I stayed a little longer on Tuesday because stuff happened as my shift was ending. like the shift was switching, and it went from 3 people on shift to 2 people on shift, and it went from 2 dudes, 2 strong guys on shift to no strong guys on shift. So like deliveries came in, and it's like, cases of wine. And like, you haven't lifted cases of wine regularly, but they're not that light. So like, it's like, I guess I'll stay for like an extra half an hour and help you put things away and blah, blah, blah. So like, there's always something happening where, you're staying longer or, shit's changing. So it's a little harder to hold a structure with certain things. And especially when it comes to certain things and certain people, I'll kind of like cave really fast for things. Like I feel bad. Like I feel uncomfortable being like, all right, Tina, see you later. It's 5 o'clock. I'm leaving. 2 trucks just pulled up. Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't like that for like a multitude of reasons. It's like, I love Tina. I don't want her to like her to have to go through and do all this hard shit and blah, blah. So if I can help, I'd like to help. You know what I mean? And like part of it's like, if that was me, I would like for someone to offer it to me. But at the same time, I kind of don't want anyone to offer it to me. Like I'm like stubborn and like it's not important, right? But then like, I don't know. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. So like I'll cave fast for certain things, or like that's why I stayed the 3 hours on Monday, because I was like, well, the dude called out, and like it's only 3 more hours, and it's not like I was covering his shift, because he clocked in at 2, I clocked in at 3. He didn't show up at 2. So like when there's supposed to be 3 of us till 7, there was only 2 of us till 7. And then at 7, when I was supposed to leave, then it would just be the one guy. And he's by himself for like the last 3 hours. So I was like, I really can't do that to him. So then I covered that guy's shift for those last 3 hours. And then obviously, since it was just the 2 of us instead of the 3 of us, I got nothing of what I needed to get done on Monday. So yesterday it was like, do all of my Monday work on Tuesday and do all of my Tuesday work on Tuesday. Anyways, fucking crazy tangent, just talking about work and stuff. But my hope is that with this new job, I can build a structure around that, because it's like the same days every week, it's the same hours every week. And then I would like to like I said, add the gym back, go to the gym regularly. That would be nice. So, cause I think like structures, and I think like I don't think structure is the word. Like a routine, I think that's really, really healthy. I wouldn't say it's necessarily important, but I think it's really healthy. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I find, at least for me, it definitely eliminates a lot of the just daily anxiety, or like kind of the scrambleness in my brain of every day figure this out versus like having a routine, knowing the things you want to do and you're going to get done each day or each week on what days they're going to do, and even just balancing it out to try to implement other time to see friends or do other stuff. It's way easier when you have the routine, where it can kind of fit in, versus like how I've lived the last like 2 years of my life, where it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to be free until the day of, the moment I am free. Like now I'm more able to say like, oh, you want to hang out? Okay, this day, let me look at my schedule and fit it into something. But yeah, it's definitely... I
will say though, my most structured day is Sundays. And it's because I structure my day around going to church. Because, we leave at the same time so that we can get there for the same service every day. It ends at about the same time every day. It takes about the same amount of time to get home. Sometimes we'll go and have brunch. Sometimes we won't. It doesn't really matter. And then I will build the rest of my day around going to church on Sundays. Sundays is probably my favorite day of the week. I do enjoy going to church, and I like listening to the Pastor Tim talk a lot. I don't really care much for like the days where they're like kind of just explaining the rest of the year. I like when they're talking scripture and stuff like this. But then I like having a weekend day off, so that's cool. But then I don't know, something about like it's the Lord's Day, so like, he rested so you rest type of thing. I don't know. Sundays Sundays are my favorite days of the week right now.
Yeah, I mean that's become mine too. I mean, obviously it's my only one day off, but it is nice to have that mental reset that I've never had, and kind of like I've never had just a permanent day that I know like this is the day I'm just gonna like detach. And now after having it for like a couple of weeks consistently, it's it gives like a nice, it's not, I don't dislike everything I'm doing during the week, but it's a nice, it feels like I'm working towards something, rest, reset, kind of, and then I go back come Monday, I'm back into the week versus as even though I love everything I do, it does when I was doing it endlessly every day, it does start to feel just like you're running on a treadmill. Even though I love the things, you don't have as much. I find myself not having the same appreciation as I like in the past as I do now for my day, like for doing the thing because I have this like detachment day, which is really nice. And I mean, yeah, that going back to having that structure permanent thing, I think that's why a lot of people either don't become like entrepreneurs or go like the path I did or able to stay in it for so long because it is so like there's no structure. It is a lot easier to build a life and sounds just a lot more like nice to know like I got this job. This is the time I clock in, this time I leave. Now I can have a healthy relationship, friends, and I can balance all this stuff way easier versus like my career path and life path where it was like every day is going to be different. I can't really do anything and plan anything. And like that's like it takes a strong partner and good friends to be able to kind of accept that and just kind of roll with it. Versus where I could easily see how it's like, I can't be in a relationship with you. Like we can never like plan a date good because it's like, I don't know when it's going to be.
So sporadic
like shout out to Law for like being with it for so long to where now after however many years I've been able to build where it's like, I know Friday I purposely like the video was gonna book and I booked it for Saturday because I know that day I'm going to pick her up and we're gonna go on a date that Friday night. So it's like sticking with it long enough when it wasn't able to be like that to where now it's able to be like that is nice. But yeah, having like a structure and routine is definitely like one of my favorite things I've built in, and slowly that's the goal as I'm trying to like really as I am building out the company to like. Right now, I have one day that's fully structured and I know what's going on. And then slowly there'll be 2 days and I know Monday I don't do anything besides these tasks. And then slowly build it out to where eventually it's like the sporadic random stuff is handled by the people shooting and editing. And then it slowly passes the torch down. Once those people aren't unhappy with that, we move them up and then we bring the next people on and we just build that out. But yeah, having the structure, even just like going back to just having the routine is nice. Even the days that I don't. Like it is sporadic, knowing all right, I'm gonna do these things, even if it isn't necessarily like at this exact time every day. But yeah, trying to build that has been nice, and yeah, having the Sundays off just to kind of detach and try to mix in the other stuff. Like I don't know, I like this podcast because it's like I feel like I'm watching the growth in real time from like trying to implement the stuff I want to do back in my life back into it. Or like last Sunday, I went to church. I forget what I did in the middle of the day, but then like halfway, like I don't know, like 6 p.m. or 7, I just played VR and I was like, yo, I haven't played a video game in I don't know how many months now, and it was nice to just like this is I want to use this time to do something, and I was like, all right, cool, let me do it, and then just like mixing that in.
That's cool. Yeah. I'll give a little bit of props to my friends about like going with the structure still. They usually end up getting off about the same time during the week because they all work, like the one who gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. So like they like to go to bed at like reasonable times. So like when they get off, I end up trying to start to get off too. So I kind of have like an end of the structure of the day, which is nice. And then I'll generally try and take that time when everybody gets off to like get off of the computer. And like I'll go and usually it doesn't happen, but I try to get off of the computer and I'll like go sit in the living room and I'll watch a show or something. So that's cool. And I just started the It show on
Shay
HBO.
was telling me about that. He said it's really good.
Fucking good.
He said it's really good.
Yeah. They're like hour-long episodes.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to watch because he was talking about it, but he also never watched the movies, so he was like a poor gauge of like. But I mean, I like the movies. They get a little wonky. Like the first one's good, and then they get a little wonky.
I never watched the originals. I watched the remakes.
Like the remakes, yeah, the remakes. I watched.
I didn't watch the second one.
You should watch it. It's wild, not in a great way. It's not bad, but it's like.
I know
it takes curveball.
I know roughly the premise. Like they're adults and they come back to Darry and blah blah blah. But the show's cool. I don't remember the timeline of when the movies took place, so I don't know where this one fits in.
It's pre. From what I understand, the show is pre
the movies.
The movies, because I'm pretty sure the kids in the show. Again, I haven't seen the show, and I'm pretty sure the kids in the show are like the grandparents of the kids in the movies or something. I'm pretty sure. I watched a TikTok and it was like, yeah, it was explaining roughly. which I listened to a podcast last night driving home, and I never read the It books. I'm assuming you didn't read the It book.
Mm-mm.
Do you know, like, they excluded some in the how the end of the book goes? Stephen King is an interesting guy.
I've always heard that the books that he wrote were like fucking nuts.
Yeah, he
and
was
the
clearly
movie
on some
adaptations
drugs.
are way tame because like
Yeah,
he made The Shining.
Yeah,
The Shining was amazing.
Yeah,
and then he also made the Black Tower or the Dark Tower. I forget which one it is, but that's another movie, and like that has like something to do with the It universe and everything. But like, anyways, like his books and his fucking content is nuts.
he was clearly on some drugs because in the It, I mean, as PG as I could say it for you two, in the end of the It book, like, I didn't read it again. I'm just quoting it from something I saw online, but the book ends with the kids being like, they get out of wherever and they think to get rid of the monster, they need to mature. So they all just have sex with the one girl. The male kids have sex with the girl. And these are 10-year-olds, like they're like 10, 11. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it, and I was like, yo, this guy was tweaking. He's writing about like some 10, 11-year-olds. And that's how, and clearly they didn't work because like it continues like the monster because, yo, yeah, he was clearly on some drugs and he was writing the end of that book. But I see why they left that out of the movie.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephen King is a wild guy.
It's been a while since I watched the remake, the first It movie. So like, I remember it being like, not necessarily gruesome, but kind of gruesome, like way definitely on the darker side. But then like I threw the show on, and like it takes place in like the 1930s or something. So you got all like the old music, and you got the old outfits and the cars and the blah blah blah. And like, was the first episode? The first episode, I'm trying to remember where the first episode ends. The first episode was interesting, but the scene that I'm thinking, I don't remember if it was the end of the first episode or if it was the second episode, because I just finished 4 last night and I watched 2 of them. So yeah, I want to say it was the second episode. I'm not gonna like go into details. I don't want to like get into spoiler or anything, but this scene starts and you're like, all right, interesting. If you've kind of been paying attention, you know some of the lore of it and things like this, you kind of have an idea of what's about to come. And like, again, like I'm not a fan. I never read the books and whatever, but I kind of like saw this coming because I made the connection of like, I believe it happened. They did something like this in the movie. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then like, it goes from like a 3 to like an 11, like that. And like, it's crazy. And like, again, without getting into spoilers, I wasn't expecting how that scene played out. Because like, I mean, the kids in the show are, I think they're like freshmen in high school, or maybe they're like, maybe 8th grade, maybe a little younger than that. 7th grade, 8th grade. I can't really put my finger on it, and I don't remember off the top of my head if it like they specifically say how old they are. But they can't be any older than like,
yeah, they're like kids. I mean, yeah, I've seen clips of it. Yeah,
they're young. So like, I was like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it tonight. I'm gonna have to start watching it today.
I would definitely throw like an episode a night or something. Yeah, it's on HBO. So
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then like, from what I've gathered so far, like the episode I watched last night, they kind of give more backstory to the monster, which is cool. Because like, I don't think the movies really explain I'm pretty sure backstory really
they don't
well.
really explain the lore of like.
I think they kind of explain a little bit of it, but they don't really like go into detail. So like, episode 4, they kind of have like a section where they like talk about it a little bit, and they give kind of like an explanation. And then I believe there's another episode that I haven't gotten to yet where they explain why he takes the form of Pennywise.
Yeah, the clown. Yeah.
Which I thought they were gonna do in episode 3 or episode 4. Because I saw like a snippet on like Instagram or something, and then like I saw something that looked like the snippet. So I didn't know if it was going to be then or not, and it wasn't. So I'm like waiting for it to come around. I kind of have an idea, but at the same time, I don't really have an idea. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I'll start the first episode today. I mean, even The Shining. I know, like,
Oh, that was such a good movie.
The Shining, like I'm pretty sure Stephen King didn't like the movie because it didn't like the ending was changed or something. And did you see it's called Doctor Sleep? It's like The Shining too. It's like I just watched that recently and that was pretty good. And I'm pretty sure like that one again, it's like similar to the book, but then it takes a left turn and actually has, from what I've seen, the Doctor Sleep, like the second one, actually does the ending of how the book was written for the first one.
Oh, really?
Like it kind of goes back and does it. But yeah, it was interesting because I saw it and I was interested in the movie and then I saw that it was the following of The Shining. So I went back. I didn't watch The Shining before I watched it, but I just watched like a couple videos on YouTube kind of like summarizing The Shining to like
it's
like,
such a good movie.
I've seen it so long ago that I didn't want to watch it to watch that movie. But yeah, it definitely is interesting and it's cool because they go like how it kind of builds the lore of like that and like or like how The Shining is, because I never like I saw it but never, I guess I was too young to kind of understand, like thought it was just like a guy who goes crazy and kills, like, but like realizing like The Shining is almost like a power and like it's interesting.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. I mean, I think I watched it last in high school for like a film class or something, and that was a really good movie. And yes, I think you're right, Stephen King didn't like the movie.
Yeah, because the ones, because I watched a video of someone talking about Stephen King's view, and it was like the ending was changed from the book, and then how he depicts the character in the book is different than how the guy plays in the
Jack
movie.
Nicholson?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like I want to say it was either in the book Stephen King wrote him more of like he was like a liked character, like he was like a friendly character that kind of like I don't know, but yeah, the depiction he said wasn't. But it's funny because everyone. Like Jack Nicholson's,
I think everybody liked the movie because of his how he played that role.
Yeah,
because like Stephen King didn't like the way the movie turned out, but the movie became like a cult classic.
Oh yeah, that's like
and I would give it literally to Jack Nicholson, the way that he, like, if he didn't play that character that way or they used somebody else, I don't think the movie would be as impactful and as remembered.
Yeah,
it would probably still be like a Stephen King movie to a degree. Like a Stephen King book.
Yeah,
movie,
the one change I know, I mean, it's not like spoilers for Shining now, but I know in the book it was the end scene where they're like in that maze and it's like snow outside. The book, I'm pretty sure, has like giant, like the hedges are cut almost like to look like lions or something.
Okay.
Like animals, and in the book they come alive and they're like a part of the ending, but I don't know if it was just too hard to make that look good.
I mean, that movie came out a long time ago.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just too hard. So because I'm pretty sure that whole end scene with the snow and the maze isn't how it is in the book. I'm pretty sure.
That I can understand. I don't remember when that movie came out.
Yeah, that was like a while ago.
Maybe it was like maybe it was like the early 90s. I mean, you can look it up, but that was a long time ago. So like I can understand why they would have to change that.
Yeah.
To be able to make the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one. I watched a couple of good movies in high school. I mean, I took a film class my senior year. It was like an elective class.
Oh, I didn't even know you took a film class.
Yeah, when I became a senior, I don't remember really because I don't have a lot of memories of high school. But we were like given the option for like 2 different electives or something, or maybe it was something like we didn't have to take a language our senior year, so we had to take an elective for that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we took Spanish freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. Did I take it junior year? I don't remember. I might have. I might not have actually. So, I don't remember a lot of how high school went, but I remember senior year, I was offered electives. Me and like a bunch of my classmates were offered electives for some reason. And it might have been to cover Spanish class. I want to say I took 2 electives, so it must have been 2 classes, but I don't, maybe it was one and it was split through the year. Like the first half was this and the second half was this. Anyways, one of the ones that I chose, because there wasn't a big list, and most of it was like, didn't seem very interesting, and it seemed more like tedious and work related. And I was like, I don't want to like do that.
Yeah.
But then there was a film class where it wasn't we were going to make a film. We would watch films and we would talk about films, and it would be like breaking down films, and it was a lot of older stuff. So I took that because I thought that would be cool. And then it was like, I don't know, there's probably like 7 of us, including myself. Maybe there was like 6 of us. Actually, there might have actually been 5 of us. But that was a cool class because I got to watch a bunch of really old movies that I've never seen before. Like I watched Psycho. That was cool.
Okay.
I watched obviously we watched The Shining. I watched The Birds, another really old movie.
That's like an old. It's not like horror. Or like
it is. It technically, I think it's a horror.
I feel
movie.
like I've heard of it. That sounds
it's
familiar.
super old. It's like Psycho old. Like it takes place in Maine or something, and like I don't remember exactly what happens. Again, this is going back like I don't know 8.
I feel like I can remember a scene of it, like the birds flying at like a. Like,
but the enemy is the bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody ends up having to be stuck in their houses because the birds that come by, they like end up killing people and stuff. Which again, for its time, I thought it was a really good movie, and I didn't like walk away from any of the movies and being like, "Oh, that was garbage." And then we watched a handful of other movies, which I don't remember which movies they were. I think I remember the teacher tried to do something like we would watch 1 or 2 movies from like every decade or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Up until like 2010 or something, because she had to fill a bunch of the year, and pretty much every class we would sit down and class was like an hour long. We had like a block schedule, 4 classes a day. So a movie would last 2 classes, but it would really be like 1 full class and then half of the next. So it would be like we'd start the movie, we'd watch the movie, we'd finish the movie, and then we'd talk about the movie. So she had a bunch of different movies we went, and then we did like a couple of different projects and stuff. And I remember that class a lot because one of the kids that took the class with me, I wasn't really close with the guy, and we kind of became buddies during that class because we both liked anime, but he was like a diehard Neon Genesis Evangelion fan, which I know you've never watched. It's anime. And it took me a long time to actually watch it. Unbelievable. Like, if you want to watch some psychological crazy shit, I would watch that. I don't remember what it's on, so you'd have to like look for it. And it's old. And they had a show, and then they made movies, and the movies were just a show, just condensed.
Interesting.
So you can watch the movies and understand it, but like, kind of like an elitist. Just watch the show.
Yeah.
Because they like do leave out some stuff good, some stuff bad, like some filler stuff they might leave out, but then some like story stuff that like is a little bit more psychological they'll leave out. But my understanding is they made the show, and then the movies they dropped, it was like 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, and then the last movie, because I think there's 4 movies, is 3.1 plus 1.1 is literally, it's 4. And like it like wraps it up, and like it kind of tells almost like a religious story to a degree, because it's about like the end of the world essentially. It's super crazy. It's like mechs. It's like children are forced to drive these giant mech robots to fight off giant aliens essentially, right? Without getting too into detail, to try and stop the end of the world. That's literally the premise of the show. But it's like really psychological, and like there's a lot of interesting shit that happens during the show. It's like definitely a slower paced show. It'll be like if it's a 20-minute episode, it's like 18 minutes or 17 minutes of like slow like explaining and talking and blah blah blah, and then it's 3 minutes of crazy action. Not in that order. It might be like a couple minutes and then crazy, and then it's like slow and shit. And the main character kind of sucks because he's like just a whiny bitch. But he's like a 14-year-old boy, and he's like, the show starts and they're like, all right, you have to save the world now. So, but that was a good one. Anyways, he used to talk to me about that show a lot. So then we talked about it a bunch, and he kind of convinced me to end up watching it. And then we talked about a bunch of other anime and stuff. But anyways, crazy tangents, just tangent after tangent, just completely getting into the next lane over. But yeah, definitely watch the It Show. I definitely recommend that. It's really good. I don't know how many episodes there are. I think there's.
I think there's 4 or 5 so far, but they're dropping weekly. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
are they? Because I watched 4 last night, and I know there's at least 5. Because
yeah, I think they're dropping them weekly. That's what Shay said. But I mean, I don't know how accurate of a source Shay is, but that's what he said.
yeah, I'll end up watching 5 tonight at some point.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch at least 1 today. One
It's really good.
maybe 2.
It's really good. It's like what Stranger Things should have been. Like how dark it gets. It's like what Stranger Things wanted to be.
Yeah, because it's more like not PG, but like more soft for the masses. I feel like Stranger Things. 'Cause Stranger Things, if it was done where it was like no hold back, like just make it dark, that it'd be a very different show.
I think that the Stranger Things was a little bit more story and driven.
Okay.
Whereas like, I mean, the TV show has a lot of source material that comes from a book that came out fucking decades ago. I think it's a little bit more horror and psychological oriented. You know what I mean? They're like, because they're like, there's a monster and everybody knows the monster is Pennywise the clown. But then like, as you get into it, you understand that it's not just Pennywise the clown. And then you start to understand that it's like a really psychological horror movie. It's pretty crazy. Like, especially like back in the day.
Yeah, because I remember growing up thinking it's like Michael Myers. It's just a clown that kills people.
With a fucking balloon.
Yeah, and it just kills people. But yeah, it's not that. I mean, after even say the remakes, when you see like 2, and I think there's 3 now, maybe just 2.
I don't know. I think there's 2, but
okay. But yeah, after watching those, even just from watching those, I saw that it was like, okay, this isn't just like a murderous clown. Like it's deeper than that. But yeah, I heard that the show like kind of starts to explain the lore behind like him and like why he's a clown. And yeah,
I remember looking up some of the lore after I watched the first movie before they even made the second one, because I was curious, because they do kind of like explain. I never watched the original, so I don't know how much they explain.
Yeah, I'm sure I watched it, but I can't even picture.
I know, I never did. I know what the clown looks like because
I can only picture the modern one.
There's a picture of that went around on the internet for a while of literally it was just a clown holding the balloon waving, and it would like people use it as like a meme and stuff.
Yeah. But whenever I try to picture, I just picture the one from the remake. I know they're similar. They look similar.
They're similar. I think the one in the remake, he's like a little bit more skinnier and like lengthy. I think it gives it more of a creepy vibe. But I think that was a creative decision made by the director or something for the casting. Because the guy they cast, he's cast in a lot of horror movies and stuff because he's really tall and he's really, really lengthy and skinny. So he's able to like move his body in ways that really kind of put chills down your spine.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, the clown looks kind of similar. I think his outfit's a little bit different. You could like you can chop it up to like the times and what they had available to them and blah blah blah, and like the taste back then was a little bit different than now. So like what was scarier then is not as scary, and what is scarier now is, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then also like I think now have a little bit better understanding of what like the time period of where I don't know what the characters, the entity is called. I don't remember what the entity is called, that he takes the form of Pennywise the clown. I think that as like time kind of progressed, it's become easier for the people who make the content to really portray what the clown would look like from that time period.
Yeah.
Not to say that it was impossible, you know, when the original was made, but I think it's a little bit easier now between CGI and then like just like capitalism and industrial advances, where it's just easier to make like costumes and stuff. So, I don't know. I think I would say that the original does have a creep factor, but like it's just wild. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm about to start it right now in this episode.
Oh, I definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I would like to rewatch it again, but I can't rewatch stuff usually because I have it in my brain.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I try to rewatch stuff, but I can't. That's why I watch just all the random movies on Netflix and Amazon, because I just can't get myself to even like my favorite movies. I have such a hard time rewatching them.
Yeah, I'm the same with games too. Like, I can sometimes do a do over. I can rewatch it or replay it if it's been a long period of time. or I don't have a lot of recollection of it. I can kind of, but like I'll throw something on and then I just catch myself not paying attention. So I just, but like that's why it's hard for me to play like the Kingdom Hearts games again because I already played them or like when the Halo game drops, I think it's not going to be hard for me to play it because I haven't played the first Halo game in a long, long time. Even though I've played the first campaign like half a dozen times, me and Javon beat it on Legendary once or twice, and I played it probably with 2 other people as well. But it's been so long. Anyways, yeah, definitely watch that show.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Better put it on after I dump all this and get this set up. Going from scheduling to the It movie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna title it around scheduling because like that was the bulk of it, and that was like the. But I brought up the whole It thing because I literally just started watching it and I thought it was really good, and then I figured if you didn't watch it yet, you would probably end up appreciate watching it like just as you like do your editing and stuff, just as something else to throw on, because like I would definitely, for me personally, I think that I would rate it higher than Stranger Things. Maybe not necessarily the acting. I don't really like the 30s. So like the vibe, I don't really care for, but like I really like the psychological stuff. And I do appreciate good horror when done correctly. Like creepy shit. Cause like you have your jump scares and stuff, and they're okay. But when you lean into like more psychological stuff, I really, or like when you lean into something where it's like, there's really nothing you can do about XYZ. I appreciate that. Like to give an example would be like in Attack on Titan, it's not that it's horror, but like the rumbling was inevitable. And as soon as it started, impossible to stop. You know what I mean? So like, that's terrifying. Or like in Dragon Ball, when the Boo saga happens and Boo gets released, they can't beat Boo. They can't. So it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I guess I appreciate that aspect of the It show a little bit more. I like the sci-fi-ness of Stranger Things a little bit more. I like the upside down world. The powers are cool. The monsters are really cool. But I don't think it has the psychological stuff. And it's been going for so long that like, it's not that it's gotten bland, but it's kind of gotten a little like it's been like watered down a bit. And then I also think that they should have made them more back to back and not started them when the actors were like 11 and finished it when the actors were like 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like they can kind of still play it off as they're like 16, 17, 18-year-olds. But like when I turn on season 5 and the first scene comes and I'm like, all right, well, he's supposed to be 14 and he's like my age.
Yeah.
Like he probably shaved and then they said action.
Yeah.
Like, So like looking past that, you can kind of enjoy it, but I don't know. I maybe it's been going for too long. Like going back to a couple episodes ago when we talked about actually it's like episode 3, I think.
Yeah,
where we talked about things need a good end. This is the final season. There will be an end now. Whether it's going to be good or bad, that's to be seen yet. But I think that 5 seasons is a little bit too much because like they, in my opinion, they like played into certain things a little too much, and then they like kind of made some changes where I thought they probably should have done it a little differently. Like they introduced the Mind Flayer as like the big bad, and then immediately after that, they introduced Vecna, and they were like, "Oh no, he's the big bad," and we don't even talk about the Mind Flayer anymore. He doesn't exist. And then fast forward at like 2 seasons, Vecna's still the big bad, and now it seems like they're gonna maybe reintroduce the Mind Flayer somehow, but like maybe not. So like they did some weird stuff, and then like I don't know. I feel like not to downplay the character of Vecna, but I don't think that they should have had him be the big bad for like 3 seasons. You know what I mean? Even though each season's only like 12 episodes long, I still feel like that's a little bit too much. Cause like
they run with what worked. And then,
I feel like there's no good end or resolution to each season. Like the end of season 5, if they kill Vecna or whatever the fuck's gonna happen, it'll be like satisfying and be like, all right, cool, it's done now. They could accomplish something. But like at the end of season 1, it felt like they actually accomplished something. And like at the end of season 2, it felt like they accomplished
you
something.
get a reward.
And then like 3, 4, it was like, all right, well, you kind of did, but not really. Like you kind of killed him, but then he's gone. And then it's like, you kind of dealt with this thing, but not really. And it's just
It
always
starts to feel like a drag on
yeah,
almost.
Like do it one time maybe, and then like they do it into season 3, and then season 4 they wrap it. That would make sense. But it was like season 3 ends, but not really. And then it's like season 4 ends, but not really.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, are you gonna end it in season 5, or are you gonna keep pulling my chain? So I think that kind of threw me off a little bit. And like I watched it all, and I was kind of like a fanboy, so I have to finish it. But something about the like the psychologicalness and like the grittiness, and like going back to the scene that I was talking about a couple minutes ago, like when that scene played, I was not expecting it to go the way that it did. And I was like, all right, this show's got me now. Because it's like, when you watch episode 2, I will talk to you about
we'll talk about
because like I don't want to give anything away, because I want you to see it and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, but crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, cool. Yeah, we gotta get out of here so I can watch it. Now you built it up. You
I sold you.
Sold on it. This episode is sponsored by it.
Yeah. Welcome to Darry. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on HBO.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I'm about to go watch it, so I mean, maybe next episode we'll be talking about it again.
Just gonna talk about it next episode.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're just at an hour, so
that's good.
All right, until next week, we're back with Working Mics.
That's fun.
Yeah, and then we'll catch you next time. This is the first one. Wasn't a super God heavy episode in a while.
Yeah,
we've been running on, but all right.
Bye, guys.